Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm finally back with part 3. I had to take a break for a little while because I first got COVID and then hay fever, and then unfortunately I lost one of the dogs and I had to take some time off to sort of grieve the dog. And then because of the heat wave I couldn't make any videos, so the laptop just doesn't like the heat, so I had to ride out the heat wave and not make any videos. So I'm back now, and I think part 4 should be out a bit faster, all being well, so let's dive into it. And the playlist for the other ones is linked in the description, so if you haven't seen part 1 and part 2, go watch that first. But if you've already seen it, let's jump into the video. The Black Hole. In 1984, Alton Towers opened the second roller coaster, the Black Hole, replacing Dinosaur Land in Fantasy World. This was a Schwarzkopf Jetstar 2 enclosed in a yellow and green striped tent, making it feel all the more intimidating, especially to first-time riders. After walking through an outdoor queue and entering a now retro-futuristic by today's standards space station, featuring an animatronic alien head on a stage that would interact with guests via a staff member with a microphone and a set of cameras. This was removed after a few seasons as rumours that some inappropriate things were overheard when the microphone used to voice the alien was accidentally left on. Riders would board the ride and be taken up a spiral lift hill and dropped 15 metres into darkness, only occasionally lit up by laser beams highlighting asteroids and lights representing stars as it twisted and turned through the confusing layout. It originally suffered throughput problems due to its popularity and 1 per row trains, so in the closed half of 1987 it was dismantled and reprofiled to either 2 per row trains. When it reopened, it was renamed to the Black Hole 2. The queue line was also expanded in 1993, moving the vintage cars to where the driving school ride is now. In 1996, the interior was rethemed to a Jules Verne-inspired look, and in 1997 the tent was painted black. The reason for the interior change was to theme it to Port Discovery, a steampunk area which was to come with the opening of Oblivion in 1998, with Oblivion being themed to a drill. However, alternative scientific theming was decided for Oblivion, and the area opened as XX in the 1998 season, and it has been that way ever since. On March 5, 2005, the Black Hole had its final ride, upsetting many enthusiasts and guests. A board appeared to celebrate its 20th birthday while the coaster remained standing but not operating. 2006 saw it dismantled, but the track remained on site and the tent stayed up. Nothing happened with it until 2011 when the ride was moved to Furuvik Zoo in Sweden, where it was refurbished and operated outdoors as the Rocket until 2021. Also in 2011 it was used for the Boiler House and Carnival of Screams mazes. Over the years, many roller coasters and flat ride concepts were created for it. One of these was 2 Technical Park Vortex flat rides to be named Dueling Dead Stars, and the law would have been that you would submit yourself to the mysterious Dead Star experiment in a secret underground facility researching atomic effects on the body. Another concept would have been Area 51, an ABC Rides mini freefall ride. This concept was kept and built in Forbidden Valley instead, opening as Nemesis of Terror, and it also would have had a uniform, just like the Smiler, and what happened to Nemesis of Terror as well, because they have their own uniform which also became the Nemesis uniform as well. A third concept was to have multiple Kuka Robo coasters operating inside the tent. This would have been similar to the Sum of All Thrills at Epcot and Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey at Islands of Adventure. The theming would be that the riders were crash-test dummies. Ultimately, it was decided to remove the tent completely and build the now iconic Wreck-a-Wreck Smiler in its place. Part of the Black Hole can be still seen today, with the satellites on top of the Marmalizer previously being used as theming in the Black Hole. Asianica. Asianica is an intimate 4th dimension coaster at Fuji-Q Highland in Japan. People debate that it beat Smiler to the record when it opened in 2006 due to the seats inverting 14 times during the ride. However, there are only 3 actual tracking versions and the other 11 are seating versions. My personal belief is that the tracking versions count towards the record and not the seating versions. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. Trisha and Dan. Trisha and Dan are the main characters in Smile Always. They are university students studying social psychology and interview Miles Cedars. Dan is never seen on camera as he is the one filming the footage. Due to them stealing the tapes from Miles, it results in Trisha being corrected, and she is seen corrected in a lesser known video named Get Corrected. Dan is also later presumed to have been corrected after Miles directly addresses him via the TV at the end of the series. The original fear test. In 2012, Alton Towers set up a promotional event in London to promote the Sanctuary and the Smiler. An old ambulance was parked up and actors dressed as old-fashioned nurses carrying clip guns featuring the Smiler logo and wearing aprons featuring the logo would get passerby who sit in a wheelchair while they were shown flashing scary images. Not much is known about exactly what the images contained, but one seemed to be the Smiler logo. These nurses were finding the fear threshold of their country and testing the bodies and minds of unsuspecting people. Honestly, if I was one of the people back then, I would be so scared I would literally dive into the Thames to escape. Unused ad. Before the famous ad was decided upon, another was potentially concepted and made but never aired. It features scary audio and screams and footage of the track lit up with laser beams as well as clips from the screens around the ride. The uploader of the video on YouTube, Theme Park Collective, discovered it on a production company's website, but is unsure whether it is official or a fan-made ad. Removed audio. After the 2015 incident, references to correction were removed, including several audio clips. The following is the removed clips.
You are now starting your correctional process. Part of the correctional process. Time to get corrected. The Smiler will normalize your body and mind. Halfway corrected.
It is speculated that the clips will return, with theming slowly being added back to the Smiler. Lately, updated signs referencing the Smiler's law has been added on the X-Sector entrance sign, the inoculator symbol has been returned to its original needle design, and 3 of 4 cut videos from the Marmalizer have been restored. Soundtrack demo. A small demo clip of an earlier version of the soundtrack by Iceberg exists. It is now playing in the background. It feels a lot darker and more sinister than the one that we got, but I feel like the one that we got sounds a lot more pleasant to listen to, and it also gets across the something innocent looking that's hiding a dark secret vibe better, with, like I said previously, the tone change between the outside and the shop represents like the being corrected thing, like with the tone changing in the shop, it gets a lot lighter to represent that you've been corrected. So yeah, that's why I could see why they did that. I think that it'd be too great in the original one. I'm trying to yap a bit to let you hear the soundtrack more. Sexy Man Wiki. The Sexy Man Wiki is a fandom wiki site listing characters that Tumblr deems to be attractive. It may be a little unhinged. From the most iconic one, the once lone Bill Cipher, to more unhinged ones like Oreos, Mr. Krabs and Captain Underpants, it is truly an interesting site to say the least. The Smiler features on there as the only roller coaster, having been depicted by fans as a human through their art. I will link it below if you really want to be cursed, and yes, there's legitimately an Oreo on there. Me and some friends found the Oreo last year. I don't know what people find attractive in an Oreo, but go off, I guess. Iceberg. Iceberg are a German music company who make music for theme parks and movies. They've made various soundtracks for Alton Towers, including The Smiler, Nemesis Reborn, 13, CBeebies Hotel, Spinball, Galactica, Wickerman and Toxicator. They made the soundtrack for The Smiler, which has become one of the most iconic and beloved theme park soundtracks worldwide. Phil Sayer. Phil Sayer was a voice actor and radio presenter, most known for his work voicing train announcements on the London Underground and South Western Railway trains. He is the voice behind The Smiler and can be heard on both ride audio clips like Join Us and Smile Always and You Belong to the Smiler, and the announcements played by staff on the ride. Here are a few of them.
We apologize for the delay. Please remain seated and follow any instructions given by the Smile assistants.
Excuse me, your attention is mandatory. Due to the current weather conditions, it may be uncomfortable to ride. If you do not wish to ride at this time, please stand aside and let others through. Should the weather continue to deteriorate, we may be forced to cease operation.
Game. In order to promote the ride, a game performed was released with AR points around the ride being able to be scanned to unlock more inversions and special effects. One of which was a train crashing through the entrance sign, which is probably why it got removed in 2015. In the game, you had to keep the train as steady as possible in order to try to marmalise all 16 people. Sheep. One day in 2013, the people of Britain woke up to see fields of sheep around the country mysteriously painted with a creepy spiral-eyed smiley face on their sides. People were confused and terrified and even thought that it was aliens. However, it was later revealed to have all been a big marketing stunt by Alton Towers to promote the Smiler. As well as the sheep, Londoners got to see the Smiler logo projected onto the Big Ben. Smiler logos were everywhere in 2013 and I wish I could make it permanent. Oh, how glorious it would be. Brainwashing. A big part of the theme is brainwashing. Marmalisation is the process in which people are brainwashed into eternal joy, becoming assured of themselves with only the ability to feel happiness and smile. Kelman hates the Smiler. Dr. Kelman hates the Smiler. During the 2013 run of the Sanctuary, Dr. Kelman would point towards the Smiler and say his dislike of it, preferring the archaic ways of marmalisation by the ministry, despite the Smiler being a more modern and safer method. Advocates and Smile assistants. Advocates and Smile assistants are depicted very similar on park despite not being the same. They wear the same outfits as some people think Smile assistants are advocates. Smile assistants are the staff who work on the ride and advocates are those who have been corrected. Law-wise, I view it as Smile assistants are higher up trusted advocates who are made to normalise more advocates. That's all for today, sorry it took so long. I've already begun the next one as we're uploading this video. So it should be quicker hopefully, all being well. I have a Discord now if you want to join and that's linked in the description. I also sometimes stream on Twitch now. I want to stream more regularly and I plan to stream on Twitch and I stream on TikTok. I mostly stream Marvel Rivals, or on TikTok I just hang around like talking to friends, being unhinged and silly. So if you want to see the unhinged side, then come along and see the unhingedness, join the craziness, and just come and say hi on the live and I'll say hi back and I will try and shout out when I see people join. So if you want to see that, just give me a follow on TikTok, give me a follow on Twitch, come along and watch my videos. I've also got streams enabled for Marvel Rivals as well, so if you want the limited edition magic skin that's out now, come and get it. If you want the purple and blue magic skin, the Galacta magic, you have to watch for, I think it's like 4 hours, I think it's like 4 to 6 hours I think, I can't remember, and then you can unlock the magic. Because I've unlocked Emma from last month, but magic as of writing this, so if anybody plays Marvel Rivals and wants some magic, just come on over to our Twitch and watch for a few hours and then you'll get magic. Anyway, I will see you in the next one, and smile always.